Welcome back to another Deep Dive with Derek. I'm your host, Derek. My friends call me D-Rock, here with another Phish reaction. If you want to jump right in, I got the timestamps in the description below. Find what you need there. Jump right to it. Don't waste any more time. If you're new here, I'd like to personally welcome you to the channel. On this channel, among other things, I take a deep dive into music that I missed. You know, it never, or it was on my radar, or either it was on my radar and I completely missed it, like Phish, or it was things that I hadn't even known about and should know about. So I take a deep dive into those kinds of things. So I'm here with another Phish reaction. Now, I got something unique today. This was kind of interesting. It's Wilson Day. So I went to find the studio version, right? Loosely based. It's the man who stepped into yesterday, the thesis not released, yada, 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 and so on. Now, what's tricky about this for me is this is all in one YouTube video. So I had to try to figure out where might this thing start. Anyway, and then I found a live version to jump into after this, which I believe it had a lot of views, tons of views, and it looks like it's the version that made it to the Alive One album. And then as I was doing all this, the New York, what was it, Madison Square Garden thing popped up over on the right side, you know, that classic YouTube spiral. And I thought, since I checked that one out for Lizards, I should check that one out for Wilson as well. So I've got 3 today. 2 live versions and the original OG senior thesis studio version. Let's get right in. If I get it wrong, the starting and ending point's wrong, that's just an accident, so bear with me there. So here we go. Wilson, man who stepped into yesterday.
The two rode on in silence, deeper and deeper into the heart of the forest.
So there's, on the Wikipedia page for Man Who Stepped Into Yesterday, it lists the 16 tracks, and Wilson is track 6, but right below it is Wilson's track 7. Track 6 is narration. Ride on a multi-beast, it says. But this sounds like narration. Anyway, it feels like it's interwoven, so I don't know if this narration is part of Wilson or not. But it has the same like bass line, so it felt like this is where a new song started.
Until they came to the outskirts of a small community. Teal explained to Forbin that they had reached the base of the revolutionaries.
Forbin was the general, right? I kind of remember some of this from the Lizards. Forbin. But it's gonna, hopefully it'll come back, because I totally forgot that there was all these characters. And Wilson, if I remember correctly, is the bad guy, is that right? Who's using the holy book, what does he call it? The super fun holy book or something like that, against the people. I don't know, I can't remember. I'm gonna quit guessing.
The colonel looked up, and there in the center of the clearing stood Errand Wolf. He was a small man, but his presence was overpowering. He seemed to emit a kind of violent energy that sent chills down the colonel's spine. And as the multi-beast moved towards him, he raised his fist in anger, and his voice filled the forest. Okay, so I have also the lyrics for Wilson pulled up, and this is the first lyrics. So these lyrics are that small person he's just talking about, if I'm catching this correctly. He raised his fist down the crowd. Errand Wolf.
Errand Wolf.
He was a small man, but his presence was overpowering. He seemed to emit a kind of violent energy that sent chills down the colonel's spine. And as the multi-beast moved towards him, he raised his fist in anger, and his voice filled the forest. Now, Stonehenge and Gamehenge. Are they the same geographically in this story? Because when they play this live, do they call it Gamehenge or Stonehenge?
I just kind of focus on Henge, so I don't know which one it is. So anyway, this person lives, or near Stonehenge he lived, but then he was near Gamehenge. So he hates Wilson and called him the King of Prussia. Or no, the Duke of Lizards. Both. Helping Friendly Book. That's Helping Friendly Book.
And as far as facto, I think you bad crook. Wilson, feel pressure. I lay this hate on you. Wilson, Duke of Lizards. I'm begging all tune for you.
I like the drumming work. The drum fills in the background.
I talked to my son Roger, Rutherford the same. When we had that meeting over down near game, Wilson, King of Prussia.
That was a mic thing, right? Henge. Had to be.
The same when we had that meeting over down near game. Wilson, King of Prussia. I lay this hate on you. Wilson, Duke of Lizards. I'm begging all tune for you.
Okay, here we go.
You got me back thinking that you're the worst one. I must inquire, Wilson. Can you still have fun, Wilson?
Interesting.
Can you still have any fun now, Wilson? Can you still have fun now, Blah, blah,
Thought it was done.
Meanwhile, in the main square in Prussia, the state of the revolution.
Okay. So that's going into the next narration, it seems. All right. So, Wilson, can you still have fun? Is that a statement about, if I'm right, and I don't know if I am, that King of Prussia got his hands on the Good Friendly Book, or whatever, friendly, what is it? Helping Friendly Book, and then was using that to control the lizards? Is this like dictator type thing? Can you still have fun? As it almost sounds like, hey, you're too busy doing all this evil stuff over here, or whatever. Do you even know how to have fun? That's the best I can think of there. Anyway, I'll be back with the first live version soon. Hey, here we go. I've got Wilson from 12/30/94 from a live one. That's what it says here. So let's jump right in. I should have a video. They all chanting Wilson? Because that wasn't in the first version. Yeah, okay. Some of you were saying after the Lizards thing that there's a lot of tie-ins to the East Coast. Yeah, okay, so we got Wilson, the tennis balls. The King of Prussia is in Pennsylvania. There was a tie-in to New Jersey, which I forget. It had to do with where the Giants and Jets stadium is. What's that? Oh, I can't think of it now, but all right. So I like these. It's kind of helping me. All right, there we go. Okay, so that's the clue. Doo-doo, doo-doo. It's really slow. common for Page to have his back to the audience? Or maybe was it common back then? Right, that was good. That was like a lot of energy behind that one. That was fun to see. So now I'm going to go check out the Madison Square Garden thing. So I'll be back with that. I'm back with New Year's Eve 2023, so just last year. Gamehendge as well. So that's the whole thing, I believe. So Gamehendge, that was my question. New York, New York, and I think I found the right spot. There's some crazy stuff happening on the stage as I was looking for it. So let's go. Wilson from Gamehendge, New Year's Eve last year. What is happening? Okay, so this is not a surprise, right? Because this is like Pink Floyd playing Dark Side of the Moon. You know what's coming next. So nobody was surprised by this. But what in the heck is this character? Looks like a cat. He's cracking up. Is this supposed to be that character? I already forgot what it was. In the narration on the thesis version, there was a, gosh, I can't remember the person's name. Small in stature, but very, you could tell there was some energy there. And then this is the person whose voice we're hearing, right? Shouting into the woods. Is that who this character is?
That you're the worst one. I must be quiet, Wilson. Can you still have fun? Can you still have any fun now, Wilson? Can you still have any fun now, Wilson?
That tilted cube is kind of weird.
So the wolf and Foreman set out to find the only man in game.
All right. Well, at some point I'm going to have to watch this whole play. Those two versions were definitely different. Obviously separated by decades, and one was very theatrical and one was very raw. So anyway, what do you think about Wilson? Is this a good one? Do you like this one? Is this a snoozer? I thought it was pretty. I like the crowd interaction with the chanting. So what else should I check out next? I'll see you in Alpine. See you next time.